Welcome back. This is hurtlerusa, and this is a continuation of my Russian Crusader Kings 2 playthrough. I'm still playing as High Chieftain Sviatopolk of Novgorod, although I'm not sure that I'm still of Novgorod, because I think I actually lost that county. So I probably have a slightly usurper, I guess I still am, usurper of Novgorod. So that's good. Right now I'm looking over my allies, get an idea of how strong they are. My son Gavril lacks all passion and ambition, perfectly content with his lot in life. Looks like he can gain the trait content if I choose this one. Looks like I'm looking over things. If you remember from last episode, I just recently gained the title Usurper when I gained back my title, the Princedom, I think, of Novgorod. Looks like I'm ill again. That's always a little scary. Your character might disappear. Although I've actually been pretty lucky this playthrough. I feel like I've been playing as Chief Sviatopolk for a very long time, which has led to some pretty good stability for me. I guess I'm looking at my High Chieftain of Novgorod. You can see that I own all of it except for Novgorod itself, which belongs to King Vladimir of the Rus. I guess that's what I'm trying to do now. I'm trying to figure out how I can seek my revenge against this guy. If you recall, I swore fealty to him, and then he revoked a whole bunch of my titles, including Novgorod. And I was able to get the Principality of Novgorod back, but it's going to be kind of tough to get Novgorod itself back since it's controlled by the King of the Rus, and I am just one of his vassals, so fighting him for it would be pretty difficult since last time we fought, when he revoked my titles, he took me out pretty quickly. So I guess time will tell whether we can get that back or what will happen. I guess right now I'm just kind of looking around at, you know, if there's any place that, I guess I'm looking for a concubine currently. Not really sure why, but I am. He's not interested in giving me this lady. Also, this lady doesn't want to, oh, the Orthodox faith doesn't permit the taking of a concubine. Interesting. It's interesting, because I thought I was Orthodox, and I think I had a concubine in one of my previous videos. So this guy doesn't want to become my vassal. So I think I'm thinking about maybe trying to get a claim on Ingria so that I can take it over. And then there's this guy here, Chief Ivan of Luki. I got my Chancellor. He's currently not doing anything. He's not very good. Only has an 8. But that's alright. Sometimes can't find anyone good. Looks like I'm going to set this guy to organize a raid. My marshal, some tribal, I get to do some more interesting things. Looks like there's a holy war that I'm sort of involved in. I'm not directly involved in it though, so I don't think that I've sent any of my men to do anything. No, I definitely have not. I think this is the guy that I fought my war against. Yeah, because he's got a claim. I think he might be in my prison still, although I'm not entirely sure about that. Maybe I'll check here in a minute. The cook complained to me about my son Gleb's temper tantrums. He punched some boy in the face. Apparently he punched her son in the face. Again. The kid shows spirit as my option. Beat him into being calm. Encourage him to be more patient. There's a good chance so he can join patient. He can get wrath, which gives him 3 martial, but -1 intrigue, minus diplomacy. If I encourage him to be more patient, it's a 50% chance he becomes patient, 70% chance of no effect. So I think the best is encourage him to be more patient, and that is what I went with. I still owe money to the Jewish money lenders. I could try to lower tribal organization, which I guess would give me more control over my own destiny. I'm looking at the royal laws of the Rus. Looks like it's Gavelkind for them too. These are the ducal laws of Novgorod. You can see my heir, but we're also Gavelkind, so that means that things will get split up between all my sons when I die. That's why I have that little blue like title thing up there. It implies that I'm going to lose some titles when I die. There's not really too much I can do about it. Looks like I've been invited to appoint me as his steward. What do I say? Sure, why not? If you'll notice, my character recently must have aged. He's now looking a little gray in the beard, so he must be becoming old now. He has been, I've been playing this character, I think, since like 1081, so I've been playing this character for 20 years now, which is pretty good. Looks like I'm going to send my Chancellor to fabricate some claims, potentially, so that I can expand via warfare. I think I sent him to Ingria, by the looks of it. Trying to figure out what to do with my court chaplain. I guess I'm not going to worry about it right now. Now, so I can help with my liege's titles. It's an interesting option. I can kill my wife, I can plot to fabricate a claim on the kingdom of the Rus, and I can plot to kill my grandson, which doesn't seem like that good of an idea. Looks like I'm, just trying to figure out what I want to do. Which is, I don't know, part of this game. A lot of it is just kind of sitting around waiting for things to happen. But sometimes you try to force things to happen, although generally I find a lot of times the more I force things to happen, the worse things get sometimes. Oh good, the fever is gone, the headache is gone, I'm no longer ill. But I'm definitely getting old. I'm now 50 years old. My heir is 18 years old. And I have fabricated a claim, which would cost me 23 gold and 100 prestige on the chiefdom of Ingria. I've decided to use it, even though it puts me even more negative into prestige. Looks like I'm going to declare war right away. Or maybe I'm going to, well, this is, I realized that I could have also holy warred for the place, but... So I'm just trying to figure out what that kind of means versus just a regular claim. I think I'm just going to go with the regular claim because I don't really want to deal with all of everyone who has that moose religion, which I think is like Sumiskiko or something. So I've declared war for the county of Ingria. Send all my troops to, I think, Ladoga to meet up. And then we should be pretty much ready to go. I'm still paused though, so hopefully I'll unpause it. There we go. 3 speed, so it shouldn't take too long. He's got 700 men that he raised, so it really shouldn't be a long war. So, waiting for my men to all get together. 2,000 of them are already together. Looks like I've actually chosen a poor location to launch my assault. So now all 2,900 are together. And it looks like I'm just going to march all my men directly across what looks to be a major river, which I probably should have avoided. Which I could have gone to the county just south of where he is and probably done a better job invading, although maybe this won't be so bad because it actually looks like my enemy is going to try to run from me, so it won't be a problem that I have to cross a river. My heart missed a beat when I saw Graville emerge from the dungeons, covered in grime and with a bloody knife in his hand. Oh no. It is time to teach Gavriel the right way. Graville seems to be taking his time when taking decisions. He has gained the patient trait. Looks like the siege is on. I got my 2,900 men, although it's going to be a little bit rough because I'm taking losses, although I guess I'm not taking them anymore. So I guess I was just barely over the supply limit of this county. So I was a little worried there for a second that was going to be a real issue. Supply issues can make what seems like a really easy war into a really hard war. It's kind of a big issue with dealing with these Sumisku or Moose religion guys. They really seem to have really low supply limits in their counties. During the last year or so, your son Vladimir has been spending a lot of time with members of the local monastic order. You have also noticed that he spends many hours per week in pious prayer. Then one day, he approaches asking for permission to dedicate his life to prayer. It's an interesting thought, son. If I remember correctly, I let him do this because I have tons of sons, although it is kind of a little bit of a shame because he was actually rounding out kind of nicely. Very well, if that's what you want to do. So that gives me a few less sons to split all my titles with when I leave this earth. So I guess it's a good thing, and if that's what the kid wants to do, I don't see any reason why I should stand in his way. At least not this particular character's son. You know, sometimes I would probably be a little less into that if he was my first heir and he was really good, and I wanted him to, play as him in the next life. Uh-oh, my wife is pregnant, but I was away, wasn't I? Doubt besets me. Interesting. Looks like I won that siege. I'm now at 100% war score already, which is pretty good. And looks like that guy's going to sue me for peace, so that's also good. To Honorable Chief, our High Chief Sviatopolk, peace be with you. We surrender under these terms. Except, High Chiefdom Sviatopolk the Usurper, the war is ended, High Chief Sviatopolk of Novgorod is won. So there's my new county. So I'm now at 4 out of 6 of my demence limit, which it's usually good to be as close as you can to your demence limit. That just means that you own, as much stuff as possible directly, which gives you more access to troops and money, and it will also be good in a Gavelkind setup because it means that my next person that I play as might actually get a couple of things and not just like very little. So the more I can have, the better. Looks like I can declare a holy war on this High Chief of Estonia here. And he's of the Moose religion, so if I did declare religious war, he could potentially call in all his religious allies and they would all come after me probably. Looks like this guy here is someone that I'm considering. Can I try to take over possibly? Looking at this guy here. I can do a holy war for Karelia. I think again this guy's of the Moose religion, and I actually think that I guess he only has one title, so I guess he's not super strong by himself. Although I think that the fact that he can call in all his religious allies is a little bit of a concern. Yeah, his total levy by himself is only 1,000, so that wouldn't really be a big problem. But if he called in like everybody of his religion, I think that that could become a problem, especially as I'm not really super powerful myself. I only have about 3,000 men, so I don't know, I'm just kind of looking around. Looks like the uprising has been Second Russian Slavic revolt on King Vladimir of the Rus.